Alright, so I was waiting to make a video until we got more information about this subject. I want to say right now that this situation, everyone is innocent until proven guilty. I realize Rashee Rice did what he did before, but I'm not ready to go ahead and throw him on the grill and say, yup, he's done. Like, absolutely terrible person, awful person. Because just because I have one thing he did before, which I think was absolutely terrible, the racing and driving, I think that was awful and then the crash. But this is a separate incident. And I'm going to approach this as a separate incident. I know a lot of times whenever someone does something bad, it's easy to piggyback on them. It's easy to, kind of say, oh, you're guilty because you were guilty of this. Someone can be guilty of one thing and not guilty of another thing, okay? And again, I say this because I don't like Rashee Rice. I think he's a piece of crap of a person for what he did in the car racing and, fleeing the scene of the crime. I think he was a scumbag for that. But that does not mean he is guilty of every other charge someone tries to get him with. That is a separate thing. Every single time someone is accused of something, it has its own merits, its own situation, and it will be treated as its own situation. Because again, a lot of times when someone gets in trouble or something, right, and let's say they did something bad, a lot of people come out of nowhere and start accusing them of something or saying they did something to try to piggyback off the whole concept. So I just want to go ahead and preface this by saying he is innocent until proven guilty. We're going to find out more information. At this moment in time, his attorney has not spoke to the media, has said no comment, and also the Chiefs has said no comment. So let's get right into the situation, and we're going to read this based on the facts of the situation. I'm not going to assume anything. I'm not going to give my predictions on how this will turn out. This is what happened. There was an altercation with a photographer. The complainant, and then the person's name, we don't know his name, said that on May 6, 2020, it says 2025, they mean 2024. And by the way, this is posted by Fox News. I have no problem with Fox News, it's just I would expect Fox News to get, the stuff right. This was apparently from the police report, which, just to kind of show you guys this, there is actually a police report. It was actually filed, and I want to go ahead and pull this up real fast. Let me go ahead and do this real fast. One sec, guys. I want to go ahead and make sure we're going to cross our I's and dot our T's on this, okay? We're not going to leave any stone unturned, as they would say. This is the official police report. And it does say May 6, 2025. So it looks like Fox News is actually not incorrect. This is the official police report, and it does actually say 2025, which I think is kind of funny. So they actually, whoever wrote the police report messed up the date. So it actually wasn't Fox, my bad. At approximately 1:30 a.m., he was at Rashee, the person in question was at Lit Kitchen and Lounge, located at 609 North Hardwood Street for an after-hours party. Right here. That's the club he was at, which he left shortly after. So this photographer was at the club where Rashee Rice was at. We don't have the in-between information, okay? He left the club. So something happened that caused the following to happen. The complainant said he was in his car driving away from a location where approximately 1:56 a.m. suspect, Rashee Rice, sent the complainant a message on Instagram asking the guy where he was and asking him to return back to Lit Kitchen and Lounge. So, photographers at the club with Rashee Rice. We don't know if there's any altercation at the club. We don't know if there's any words exchanged. Whatever the case is, this guy, the photographer, gets in his car and he leaves. Then, preceding that, Rashee Rice sent him a message on Instagram. Hey man, where you at? Come on back. Okay? The complainant said that at the time he believed the suspect wanted to hire him to take pictures. So he believed that he was coming back to get pictures taken of him. Or sorry, he was going to be taking pictures of Rashee Rice. So he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll come back and I'll take pictures of you. There was, based on what I understand, there was no actual dialogue of the pictures being taken, or he wanted pictures taken. It was simply just come back, and he assumed that it was to do a job, because he's a photographer. The said that as he returned back to the location, he was made aware of where the suspects was at by other members of the suspects' entourage. So, by Rashee Rice's guys, okay? Rashee Rice's guys told him where Rashee Rice was, okay? That's what this comes down to. It was his suspect is Rashee Rice. And I keep saying the word incorrectly, but the photographer, we're going to say photographer from now on. The photographer said that he located Rashee Rice, and Rashee Rice asked him to look at Rashee Rice's cell phone, which, SIC, were messages sent by the complainant and another individual by the Instagram name blank. The photographer said that as he was looking down at the suspect's cell phone, Rashee Rice, the photographer, on the left side of the photographer's face. So, based on what this is saying is, Rashee Rice had his cell phone and said, hey man, photographer, look at this. There's communication between you and someone else on Instagram. And because of that, he punched him right in the face. He hit him in the face. I won't say punched, sorry, my bad. Not punched. He struck him in the face. We don't know if it was a punch. We don't know, whatever. But that's that first one. The Dallas Morning News item reporting the police report states that the photographer had visible swelling on one side of his face because he was struck on the side of his face, according to the police report. The Dallas Morning News article also contends that on social media, doubt has been cast on the narrative in hours since the altercation first surfaced Tuesday, and that two civilians with knowledge of the incident told the news a verbal altercation occurred at the club, but there was no physical contact. In other words, the witnesses did not see a punch. So, again, keep in mind, everything is alleged. So, this individual, this photographer, is alleging that Rashee Rice hit him in the face. Now, based on the witnesses there, they say, no, they got in an argument. That was all it is. It's just an argument. It wasn't in no way physical. Somehow, some way, the photographer had bruising on the left side of his face, where, if you got punched, that would be where visible bruising would be. But there is no proof that Rashee Rice in any way struck or punched the photographer. In no way. In other words, witness yes. So, that's number one. And I do want to go ahead and bring up the second one here. Because this is also very important. Kind of get the full side of the story here. And again, I know you might say, well, man, you're a Bengals fan. You should instantly say Rashee Rice is a piece of crap and you shouldn't be defending him. I'm not defending him. I'm just saying the facts, and I want the facts to be out there. I want to be as transparent as possible that what happened, and you make your decision whether or not you think which side is, guilty. The newspaper, citing law enforcement officials, reported that the officers were dispatched early Monday morning to the nightclub after reports of an assault. A man was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, including swelling on one side of his face, and the officials told the Morning News. Police said no charges related to the alleged assault has been filed as of Tuesday afternoon, according to Morning News. The chief said there is no comment. Rice's attorney declined to comment to Morning News. So keep in mind, this right here was posted before the information I just showed you. Okay, before the police report. So this, at first, there was no police report at all. So, altercation happened. Man was taken to the hospital. No police report, okay? Did not file anything. Did not do anything. Whatever. It happened. It didn't happen. Whatever, right? Then he files the police report. Then this situation happens, okay? So, first off, whatever happened, if it was a verbal argument or verbal thing, it was not really there, and then now it's there. So, again, like I said before, I'm not going to give my thoughts and opinions whether or not I believe he is guilty or innocent. And the reason why is because, again, this is a he said, she said situation. There might have been an altercation. There might not have been. At the end of the day, I do not believe in piggybacking off someone getting, obviously, someone getting accused or someone being guilty of something and then piggybacking off of accusing him of 30 other things as well. What Rashee Rice did was absolutely disgusting with the with the racing his car and crashing and fleeing the scene of a crime. This situation here is a completely different situation. Alright, so this is the Rashee Rice situation. Whether or not he's guilty or innocent will be proven by the law. Be proven whether or not this actually did happen or didn't happen, right? Now, I want to go ahead and preface this by saying that everyone at this situation that said a punch was not thrown, it was 100%, didn't happen. Oh, sorry, there was no, altercation. They could be lying 100% to protect Rashee Rice. The other case is also possible. The photographer could also be lying, right? Yeah, so again, anything is possible. There could be a situation where, the photographer was messaging Rashee Rice's girl. Again, I'm not going to assume anything or, go into that too much, but it's always a possibility, right? Anything is possible. So, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, but again, like I said, keeping this as kind of blatant as possible just to see how everything, see how everything works out. I'll make a follow-up video if we get more information. Right now, Rashee Rice, according to the Chiefs front office, could be getting an 8-game suspension for his last situation. If he is found guilty of this, then he will get even more time. So, we'll see.